boss made me work through my miscarriage, so I made sure she never managed anyone again. My boss Victoria thought being sick meant being weak. She made Tom give his presentation while passing kidney stones because champions push through. She told Grace she couldn't miss work for her dad's funeral since death happens to everyone. She literally laughed at Alex for pausing to use his insulin pump during our morning meeting. This woman ran a corporate wellness blog that preached balance and compassion. Over the next year, Victoria's behavior escalated from cruel to dangerous. She targeted pregnant women with special venom, making Amy stand for 3 hours during meetings. Victoria claimed pregnancy sciatica was just laziness, and that sitting encouraged victim mentality. When Lisa returned from maternity leave, Victoria denied her pumping breaks and suggested formula existed for career-focused mothers. The pattern became undeniable when she fired Dara the day before her scheduled cesarean for lacking commitment. Victoria kept these conversations private, maintaining her supportive facade in team meetings while destroying women behind closed doors. Anyone who challenged her heard the same response every time. She'd tilt her head with fake concern and say she was helping us reach our potential. Then she'd document the conversation as the employee being too emotional for leadership. HR always sided with her because she brought in the biggest clients. Meanwhile, her Instagram featured posts about school pickups and soccer games that her assistant confirmed she never attended. She wrote blog posts about supporting working mothers while systematically driving them out of our department. Everything changed on a Tuesday morning when I was 14 weeks pregnant with complications I'd hidden from Victoria. Sharp cramps started during our quarterly review, and I felt something going terribly wrong inside me. I stood to excuse myself, but Victoria looked directly at me and said those 5 words that haunt me. We don't pause success for biology. The cramping became stabbing pain as blood soaked through my skirt onto the chair. She watched me hemorrhaging and added, "This is why men get promoted." My coworkers stared in horror as I delivered revenue projections while actively miscarrying my child. 2 hours later, Victoria dismissed me with comments about learning commitment and dedication. That afternoon, she emailed thanking me for my focus during the meeting. I lost my baby in the hospital parking lot. That email thanking me for my dedication was when I stopped being her victim. During my medical leave, I became an investigator. I discovered Victoria worked 80-hour weeks while her nanny raised her 3 children alone. Her ex-husband had primary custody with strict weekend visitation requirements that Victoria constantly violated for work. I studied her like she was a case file, tracking every lie and pattern. The woman who called me weak didn't realize I was building her destruction methodically. Her fake motherhood image became my target because it was her only real vulnerability. I contacted 5 other women with similar experiences who still had her emails calling them pathetic and weak. The custody agreement became my weapon when I realized Victoria's ex didn't know about the violations. Her social media showed old photos at events while billing records proved she was in client meetings. I spent 6 weeks building an airtight case with timestamps and receipts. I created an anonymous email account and sent everything to Victoria's ex-husband in one comprehensive package. The package included detailed evidence that only an insider would know, making it impossible to ignore. His lawyer filed for an expedited custody hearing within 48 hours of receiving my email. The hearing 2 months later became Victoria's complete undoing. The judge compared her blog posts about presence over presence with evidence she'd missed 2 years of school events. Former employees submitted sworn statements about Victoria saying pregnancy was career suicide and children made women weak. Victoria kept whispering frantically to her lawyer, trying to explain away each piece of evidence that appeared. When her 16-year-old daughter took the stand, the courtroom went silent. The girl testified through tears that her mother made her lie to teachers about parent conferences. She ended with the words that destroyed Victoria completely. Mom said successful women don't let biology slow them down, including motherhood. I feel like her failed experiment. Victoria's face changed from confusion to recognition to pure panic as her carefully constructed image crumbled. She tried to object when her daughter spoke, but her lawyer physically restrained her. The judge looked disgusted as he reviewed the evidence of a woman who preached family values while abandoning her own. Victoria lost primary custody immediately and received only supervised visits going forward. The court transcripts became public record, destroying Victoria's entire fabricated image overnight. Her speaking engagements vanished as women demanded refunds for her wellness courses. With Victoria's public humiliation, the company couldn't ignore HR complaints anymore. Victoria works remotely now with no authority over anyone. I see her eating lunch alone in her car while we thrive under supportive leadership. The woman who said biology made us weak lost everything to the biological children she ignored.